Another loss in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Welcome to Bleacher Report. I'm your host, TD from TD PHINS TALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. And we got another disappointing loss, a heartbreaker at the end of the game. This game was loaded, a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to get into it right here. I'm sorry, I'm going to get some energy. I'm just down right now. I just okay, if we're bad, but it's worse when they give us hope. And it's snatched away from us every time, man. This has been several weeks, and it sucks. It really does. But you know what? Show must go on. Let's break it all down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, this was a good competitive game. If you enjoy football, you enjoyed this game. Obviously, if you're a Dolphins fan, you're probably sick to your stomach. If you're a Chargers fan, you're just probably ecstatic, going crazy right now, because this game was all about turnovers. This game, in my opinion, was all about turning the football over. In the game of football in the NFL, you cannot turn the football over and expect to win. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win. The turnover battle, the turnover war, you have to win. This is why the Bills went on such a long, win streak, and everybody talked about, one of the main reasons they didn't turn the football over. They had a streak in the NFL for least turnover margin losses. That's what it comes down to. Why do I say that? The defense put us into halftime winning the game. We were up, winning the game at halftime. We don't have a great O-line. Their O-line is depleted as well. I knew going into this game, mano-a-mano, this was going to be a good, hard-fought game because we're going to struggle in the trenches. They're going to struggle in the trenches. And both teams did struggle somewhat in the trenches. They ran the ball. We ran the ball very well. A-Chain probably had 130 yards. That's what we had here. Their receivers didn't go absolutely crazy, just a few big plays here and there. Same with us. Our defense bent all day and held on as long as possible not to break. And at the end of the game, halfway through the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, they broke. The defense absolutely broke. The defense absolutely broke in the second half. Unfortunately, we probably all should have expected that. This is why, while we were watching the game, I said the offense has to take advantage of these defensive stops early on, because at some point the Chargers are going to start to roll on offense. And our offense did not take advantage of it. They didn't. Our offense did not take advantage of the stops the defense made. Our entire team, all the way around, has major issues. McDaniel, Tua, obviously Greer, Weaver. Everything is just bad. And we put together, finally, a nice drive at the end of the game where A-Chain did the lifting early on and Tua finally making some passes. And then we find Waller in the back of the end zone, wide open. Great protection, by the way. Wide open. I don't know why the Chargers only rushed 3, but that's their business. And we go up with 46 seconds left. And a part of me knew deep down, all they have to do is get in field goal range. And Lad McConkey in open space makes a man miss, and he rips downfield and gets in field goal range. And at that moment, I knew it was probably over. Still hopeful, maybe a missed field goal or something, but just hopeful. So we already know a lot of people that are going to be like, the defense sold on that drive. Ladies and gentlemen, this game flipped and went negative for Miami when we threw that second pick. That was the backbreaker. Dolphins winning. We throw that second pick, and they go on 2 scores unanswered. That's when the game flipped. That's when we were in trouble. You cannot turn the football over. Early in the game, Waddle, pass right in your chest. You sold. Interception. Can't happen. Second interception, Tua. Just terrible. Can't happen. That's when the game flipped upside down. Last interception, I don't care for, but how fitting. How fitting. I knew we don't have a Hail Mary arm, so it was going to be a dink and dunk, passing it back and flipping it anyway. But how fitting. In a day where you ran the ball very well. And the sad part is the defense actually made some plays, and they were done by the third quarter. They were deflated by the third quarter. But we're going to rank on that one drive out of defense. But remember, the Miami Dolphins were down by 2 possessions, 13 points. How did we get back in the game? The defense. 2 drives, 2 stops. The defense, 2 drives, 2 stops to help us get back in the game. This is why you can't go down to begin with in the NFL. This is why you can't dig a hole to begin with. It don't matter how you climb out. The problem is that we dug the hole to begin with, and it's what I always tell people. Stop looking at the back end of the game. Okay, the defense gave up field goal range. Why were we playing from behind the whole time anyway? We had the lead. Turning the football over, you're not going to win games. I'm over it. Enough is enough. Stephen Ross, something has to be done this week. Something has to be done this week. Dolphin fans are tired of it. We love our team. We ride for our team, but this is unacceptable. Something has to be done this week. Some type of change has to be done. Some type of accountability to show that you actually care has to be had. And I've told y'all this before. I think the scapegoat is going to be Anthony Weaver. And it's a scapegoat because you depleted his roster and gave him pass rushers coming fresh off an injury that haven't done enough either. This is the roster you gave him. This roster was never good enough. This defensive personnel was never good enough. And those guys coming off injury don't look the same. And we got excited because we saw Kenneth Grant's name called in the first half a few times. I don't know if we heard it in the second half. Chubb and Phillips getting all that Herbert. Oh, the defense finally putting pressure on the quarterback. Well, we were playing the worst offensive line in the league, probably next to ours. And when I say the worst, because the stats ain't going to show it, but their personnel, because all their best players are hurt. Ton of old linemen on that field today for the Chargers that you wouldn't even expect to get playing time. That's why that pass rush looked like it might have been disruptive to Herbert a little bit today. Still not enough. And at this point, you can't expect to win. I'm telling you now, I'm telling you now, next week, the Miami Dolphins play the Cleveland Browns, and boy, oh boy, they have a pass rush. They have a defense. And I'm going to tell you now, you should not be losing to Dylan Gabriel and the Browns, but if you do, that's everything. That's it. Matter of fact, I don't even know why I'm talking about next week. We just found that out today and last week. I'm still the problem is I'm still clamoring on the hope. And maybe that's where I'm wrong. I'm still sitting here giving qualified games like the Browns. You got to prove something next week. No, you done showed me enough already. This week and last week, the week, you showed me enough. This team is bad. This team is bad. If the organization cared, they get as many draft picks as they can and ship everybody off. Part of the bigger problem is the fact that we drafted a lot of players in the last 2 to 3 years that ain't panning out either, ain't making an impact either, and they're going to be on the roster for a little bit. Everything is just this is bad, y'all. This is bad. And I know y'all sick of it. I know you're sick of it. Everybody watching right now, I know every single one of y'all sick of this mess. And it's everybody's fault. It ain't Tua's fault, but he contributing to the problem. It ain't Waddle's fault, but he's starting to contribute to the problem. It ain't McDaniel's fault, but he contributing to the problem. It ain't Weaver's fault, but he contributing to the problem. It ain't the defense fault, but they contributing to the problem. It's everybody's fault. It's everybody's fault. All of it needs to be replaced. The whole ship needs to be replaced. We ain't got to place the blame on an individual. All of them got to go. This is terrible. Like, come on. Come on. First of all, don't go down 26 to 13 to begin with. You had control of this game at halftime. You had control of this game. And I told y'all at halftime, they're going to come out, they're going to make some adjustments, but are we going to match it? I told y'all at halftime, I'm telling you now, the Chargers offense are going to do better in the second half. They're going to start getting in the end zone. Will our offense match it? No, we ain't match it. We just put. Oh, my gosh. Only person showed up to play today in its entirety was A-Chain. Only person showed up to play today, and it's in his entirety, in my opinion, was A-Chain. That's it. Everybody else sold. Everybody else sold. Players on the old line, especially you, Brewer and Jonah. Y'all sold today, bro. You sold. Ollie, you ain't did much. You picked up a third down in short. Appreciate it. But Waddle, you can't turn the football over. Good day. 95 yards. I mean, you were for 6 for 8. Good day, but you turned the rock over. And they scored off of that, by the way. So you sold too. Tua, sold. Straight sold. You're going to always make some passes here and there. We might always be in the game. You might have some good drives, but you always selling. You always selling too. Throwing right to the defenders. Selling. And I've grown tired of blaming you for losses. I'm not even doing it anymore. I'm just going to say you contributed to the loss. And that is what a franchise quarterback cannot do. Win, lose, or draw, just don't contribute to the loss. Back to franchise quarterback. Now, does every quarterback contribute to some losses? Yes. But we ain't had a loss this season you haven't contributed to. That's the problem. We got to stop contributing to losses. And we also need high-level play at that position, the highest of levels, in which we haven't been able to get. McDaniel, yeah, you might lose the team after this one. Yeah, you might just very well lose the team after this one. This is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. And then the frustrating part, you watch all these other quarterbacks around here and out here making plays, doing enough for their team, and it sucks. Everybody with carry ability. And here's the problem. When you're making the money our quarterback is making, you're asking him to carry in moments like this, not just on one drive at the end of the game, not just one drive. You got to carry throughout. I made this point last week, and nobody had anything to say because they knew it was true. Tua Tagovailoa has yet to have one game in his career where he played a legitimate opponent in which he played 4 quarters of great football. I'm talking about a real contending team in which he played 4 quarters. That's the key here. 4 quarters of great football. Here we are in year 6, and he don't have one. He has about 20 of those type of games against great competition, mano y mano, and he doesn't have a single game in his repertoire where he played 4 quarters of outstanding football, and we won. Not a single one. People say the Ravens. He started the game with 2 interceptions. Arizona, you talk about the 3rd and 4th quarter, come on. No matter how you want to slice it. And we got these young quarterbacks as rookies already stacking their 1st, 2nd, 3rd game like that. Yeah, I see in the chat, Baltimore 2023. Like I said, 2 picks to start the game. The key is the great quarterbacks, they have games against good competition where it's a shootout and they're literally almost flawless. Not all the time, but here and there. Not one. Not talking about you threw picks, dug a hole, then we dug ourselves out the hole to come back. No, just great football against great competition, start to finish. Not one. Not one. And that's what you need to pay attention to. This is why I'm so down on Tua. And now we can't even play great games against inferior opponents. Teams that aren't that good. And I agree. Shout out to the chat right now. Someone in the chat, Huggy13 Bear said, great QBs find a way, and that's the problem. We don't find a way. And you know when they find a way. When they put it on their back, what they do is finding the way. Find a way. Make a play. I was just hoping for a turnaround this week where we could start, hey, man, we got the Browns next week. Now maybe we can go 3-4 and then, hey, it's not over now. Now we can fight to get out of the hole. This was a backbreaker. This was a backbreaker. This was an official backbreaker, ladies and gentlemen. This right here was an official backbreaker. And you leave it to the Chargers and Justin Herbert, who made all the plays in the second half, who did not turn the football over. All Herbert had to do is turn it over one time, and they wouldn't have won that game. But he protected the football. His receiver fumbled once, and we got the football. His receiver fumbled once, and we got the football. What are we going to do? Like Herbert did, he found a way to avoid 2 sacks. Yeah. It's just making the plays and not blowing the game, not being the reason. You know what I mean? That's all. That's all we're talking about. Don't be the reason. That second interception by Tua was the heartbreak of it all. Yeah, we came back and took the lead, but we should have never been in that position. That interception flipped the whole game upside down. Whole game upside down. We got to do better. And we ran the ball well. We'll be back at it tomorrow, as y'all know. Therapy Monday, man. We really gonna have to have a therapy session Monday. But yeah, I'm about to do a extended post-game show on my YouTube channel, TD PHINS TALK. If y'all want to come through over there, for those on Bleacher, you can come through to my YouTube channel, TD PHINS TALK, TD PHINS TALK. We're gonna do an extended post-game show, and I'm gonna drop the link and let some of y'all come in and speak your mind, man. Tell me how you feel about it. Tell me how you feel about it. You'll be able to join the stream, all right? Thank y'all for tuning in. The Miami Dolphins fall yet again, 1-5. This week, we're going to be on pins and needles because we might get breaking news at any moment. You know, somebody can get fired. Something can happen. We don't know, but it's going to be pins and needles this week. And it can't get worse next week with the Browns, or can it? I don't even want to think about it right now. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what, though. It's our team. We signed up for this, so we're going to love them no matter what. But they bad, man. They bad. We failed. The rebuild, everything failed. It failed. We failed. 1-5. 1-5. People saying you got to try to get to 10 wins to make it to the playoffs. We 1-5 with 11 left. This team we don't have 9-2 in us. We don't have 8-3 in us. That's and if they think we do, shame. It's like you want to believe, you want to have hope, you want to keep believing. Hey, we could turn it around, but like, how far in a hole? I'll see y'all tomorrow. We bad. Love y'all. Bye. I'm out. For those watching on YouTube right now, I'm gonna fire up an extended stream. The remote. Hold on, let me turn something real quick, okay? No, here you go. All right, thank you. You can close it. Okay. Monty said the Baltimore comeback was against worst Ravens team until this year. This secondary was without their top 5 guys. A real GM looks at those stats closely and knows Tua isn't a difference maker. No, I mean, they got to know. They got to know. They have to know. They have to. Shout out to Queen Shireen. Became a member of the channel. Welcome to the membership of the channel. Sorry if I missed your super chat during that. If the owner does not make a decision at this point, it disrespects the fan base. At that point, we might as well stop buying tickets and spending money. Oh, they finna get hit hard. They about to get hit hard. Is A-Chain young enough to keep for next rebuild? That's a great conversation to have. We'll talk about that. Like, I think he is, but it's just a matter of, see, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the after show. We'll talk about it. I'm gonna bring that up first. TD, you see how clutch Bryce is? He throws just as many picks as Tua, but he keeps slinging it and shows that the team believes in him. No matter what they say, they don't trust Tua. Yeah, we know. Did Bryson win or did they lose? I forgot who they were playing. Let me see. I forgot who they were playing. You got to let me know in the chat. Did the Panthers win that game? That'd be wild if they did. Y'all let me know in the chat. But yeah, if I miss your super chat once again, I'm so sorry. I think I might have gotten all of them. We had 1 sack against 4 backups. Trade the entire pass rush tonight. Phillips, Chubb, Judon, Chop, everyone. We bad, man. We're bad. TD, this is the best thing that could have happened to Miami. We win. Our idiot owner might be like, we won the game, so we have hope. Bruh. Now he has to make a decision. We hope. No, this just made them have a scapegoat and try to put it on Weaver. I'm telling you what's going to happen, man. Willie, whoa, the DJ just became a member of the channel as well. And Tony says, showing love, looking for Bob. Hey, ain't no Bob over here, man. Ain't no Bob over here, but I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you showing love. All right. Let me see. Hopefully I didn't miss any more because we about to start the yeah, let's get it, man. Love y'all. I'll see y'all in literally a few minutes to start the extended post-game show. Peace. I'm out.